Boden Lake, a beautiful place between countries such as Germany and Switzerland. However, this place is not so easy. Due to the large number of nearby airports, this place is considered to be the one with the most traffic. This fact played a big role in the tragedy 20 years ago. On July 1st, 2002, at 21:35 there was a terrible accident. On this day, there was a mid-air collision between a Tu-154M passenger plane and Boeing 757 cargo plane. The Tu-154 flew from Moscow to Barcelona, while the Boeing flew from Bergamo to Brussels. The crash occurred north of the city Überlingen, over the Boden Lake. 71 people died, most of them were children. And this is 45 school children from Russia who are waiting for their flight to Barcelona. Some of them go on vacation, while others go on excursion. They depart from Domodedovo International Airport. But none of them will reach their goal, Barcelona. Throughout July 2002, the Boeing crew flew on the route Bahrain, Bergamo, Brussels, and again Bahrain. On July 1st at 1:30 p.m., the Boeing flies from Bahrain to Bergamo. After just 6 hours of flight, it reached its target in Italy. Just at this time, the Tu-154 plane takes off from Moscow. The crew consisted of 5 pilots, and Tu-154 took a height of 11 kilometers. The Boeing 757 does not stay long at the Bergamo airport and after only 2 hours heads for Brussels. At this time, the Tu-154 is in the airspace of Europe, and now we're smoothly approaching to the collision. This disaster has several causes. The first reason is the incompetence of air traffic control dispatchers. 2 of the 3 controllers were not present at the time of this disaster, and the only dispatcher, Peter Nielsen, had to work for 3 dispatchers. And this is the Air Traffic Control Center of Zurich. There are 3 dispatchers who control traffic here. Usually in the evening the number of flying aircraft decreases, and 2 out of 3 controllers go to the rest. Peter Nielsen had to keep an eye on the upper airspace when he had the Boeing and Tu, and the lower airspace where he had a delayed Airbus. At the time of the collision, Peter was following exactly the Airbus. Since he had too many planes on control, he decided to transfer control of Tu and Boeing to control center in Friedrichshafen, but the signal was not received. At this time, the crew of 154 is discussing the approaching Boeing 757, and an alarm triggered in Karlsruhe control center about 2 approaching aircraft. They tried to call to Zurich, but no. And the second reason is the decision made by the captain of the Tu-154 aircraft. When the TCAS system told him to increase the flight altitude, he decided to heed the advice of the controller and continued to lower the altitude. Boeing 757 has TCAS. The crew is alerted to an approaching aircraft. The system recommends lowering the flight level. The ship's commander does just that, but notifies the dispatcher only after 23 seconds. At the same time, TCAS also works on the Tu-154. He recommends raising the altitude of the aircraft, breaking away from the Airbus. But Peter Nielsen advises the captain on the contrary reduce the height. The captain obeys dispatcher, not the TCAS system, because it's written in the flight rules. As a result, both aircraft began to lower their flight level and collided over the Lake Boden. TCAS, Traffic Alert and Collision Avoidance System, is a modern security system designed to prevent collisions between aircraft in the air. According to the standard, the TCAS system must be installed on all aircraft heavier than 5,700 kilograms or certified to carry more than 19 passengers. The principle of operation of the system is to scan the surroundings, interrogating TCAS installed on other aircrafts. The received signals are processed to calculate distance, convergence, and altitude relative to own aircraft. And of course, such a tragedy had consequences. And the first of them is the impact of tragedy on world culture. Of course, in the first days after the catastrophe, the whole world was shocked. Mourning was declared in Russia. A lot of monuments dedicated to this incident were built around the world. The German Air Bureau has decided to increase the number of controllers, dispatchers in the centers at night. The TKAS system been finalized and changed to the TKS-2. Now the pilots first of all listen to the instructions not of the dispatchers, but of the TKS system. And the most terrible consequence of this incident is the murder of dispatcher Peter Nielsen. Vitaly Kaloyev on February 24, 2004 attacked air traffic dispatcher Peter Nielsen because his wife and two children were on the board of two 154 aircraft. Kaloyev could not survive such a trauma and decided to take revenge on the dispatcher.